Hello everybody and welcome back. Today's going to be really exciting because we're playing automation and BeamNG and we're not making a car, we're making a moped. Yeah, and I know this doesn't look like a moped right here, yeah, but I promise you we're making the exact thing on the thumbnail right now today and you'll get to see the results. Anyways, we can just start right off here. Yeah, and the body we're using, it's basically a 1946 sedan. It doesn't really matter what body we're using, um, but yeah, I chose this because it's light and the wheelbase is kind of small, but we're going to change that later anyways. So we're actually going to make it carbon fiber because otherwise it's just going to be way too light. Sorry, way too heavy. Yeah, we're going to end up with a 300 kilogram moped anyways. So I do just want to make it as light as possible, of course. So we'll go monocoque carbon fiber. We're going to give it a rear longitudinal engine, as that makes sense, because it's not going to be front engine, of course, because it's a moped or a scooter, right? Whatever you want to call it. And a solid axle coil, because that's what looks most like what mopeds have, and then we can't actually put that in the rear, so we'll just go for a McPherson strut because it's lightest, and we'll slide that quality all the way up. Okay, and now we're gonna make a moped engine. So now the thing is, we can't really make moped engines in this game. Ideally, we just have, a one, right? But we can't do that, and we can't have a CVT either. It's kind of confusing, so we're just gonna go for an inline 3, right? And we'll make it, I think, just the smallest we can. We'll make it as light as possible as well. And what we're actually going to do is go for a dual overhead cam 2-valve for this, and we'll make it ALSI as well. Once again, just to hopefully save some weight somewhere. We're going to do the same thing over here, billet steel, lightweight titanium, lightweight forge. We won't need a balancing mass, and we will just put this all the way up. Now, because it's going to be a moped engine, we kind of just want to make it a 200cc engine. Yeah, now ideally we'd make, if we want to make an actual moped, we'd make like a 60cc engine or a 50cc engine. However, the game just handles those so badly, and especially when importing into BeamNG as well, it just won't work. So to get a reasonable output, we'll have to go for a 200cc engine right here. We'll do all this stuff later. However, I do already know that's going to rev to way past 12,000 RPM. Yeah, where it's not going to be turbocharged, of course. It's actually going to be an injection, and it's going to be mechanical fuel injection per cylinder. We can give it a race intake manifold, and we'll probably make that a bit smaller, actually. I think that's reasonable. Now, this is a moped or scooter, whatever you want to call it. So we're going to give it regular fuel, and we might as well put this all the way down, because why not? And they're really fuel efficient. Yeah, they will, compared to a car, they're incredibly fuel efficient. Yeah, so we're just going to put the fuel map down quite a bit. We want to make this really fuel efficient because although it is kind of hard to make a realistic kind of moped engine in this game, we are going to try and make it as realistic as possible, of course. We'll go for a tubular race, and then we'll make it, put that size all the way down. We can put the size of the exhaust all the way down as well, actually. We'll go for a high flow three-way catalytic converter. No first muffler, and then we just have a baffled second muffler. We can put the quality up to 15, and we can see already that we're making 17.2 horsepower. So that's not so bad, actually. For a moped, that's really good. You might expect these things to have like 8 horsepower, but BeamNG just can't handle that, and BeamNG just thinks that it has 0 horsepower, and it'll give it a top speed of like 5 kilometers an hour. So yeah. To decrease weight, slide the quality up to 15 there. And then it's obviously going to be a rear-wheel drive drivetrain. It's going to be an automatic 4-speed, because I'm not going to make it a manual, right? That feels weird. And we don't have a CVT transmission, so an automatic seems, to me, as what's going to work best. And then we'll put the gearing down all the way. And then what's the top speed of this thing? 118. So if we put this up a little bit, we'll see that it reaches 118 right over there in first gear. So we'll only actually have to use the first gear. Now, depending on how this works out, I might actually have to change it, because if we're only going to be using one gear, we're probably have some difficulties actually getting this thing started. Open differential and save weight once again. Just to put the quality up to plus 15 there, we're going to go for radial tires medium compound, and then we'll just slide these all the way down. And we're going to change that later as well. We'll make these as small as we can here, probably around 400 it's going to be. Yeah, so we're going to change that again as well. Might as well make those carbon fiber. For the weight, as I said, this thing's still going to be around 600 pounds, 250 kilograms, right? It's going to be ridiculously heavy. So we are going to go for really 2-chute drums. Actually, yeah, no, regular drums there. We don't need any braking power really. It's going to be, for a car, you know, it's going to be quite light. For a moped, it's going to be heavy, but yeah. For that reason, we won't really need great brakes. And we're going to put the rear force all the way down and the front force all the way up to kind of simulate the fact that it brakes with the front. Kinda, maybe. I don't even know. We can put that down to like 0, I think. We do not need brakes on this thing. And then we'll put that up to 15. So, as for this, no under tray, no cooling flaps, put that all the way up. And we won't need any cooling airflow as well, because we get cooled automatically. We're on a moped. Yeah, we're just going to make this a 1-seater, as you can see right over here. Going to give it a basic interior, and we're not actually going to give it any infotainment. Not really any entertainment. I mean, nah, that's fine. All you need is your speedometer. Quality plus 15, very nice. So, we're just going to give it a manual rack and pinion steering here. We won't need ABS on this thing. Nah, I'm not going to put ABS on. As for safety, now it's literally a moped. These things aren't the safest, especially compared to cars, so we won't put any safety on that. And then to save weight, we'll put that to minus 15. So yeah, cool. Actually, this we need to put the minus 15 as well, right? Because, although it doesn't actually matter, because we basically have nothing here. Oh well, I'm pretty sure this is nothing in beamng, but we might as well slide that up anyways. We're gonna get a progressive twin tube passive. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Bit of oversteer. That's just something I think we'll have to deal with. Yeah, so for right now we're weighing 200 kilograms. So that's pretty reasonable. That's 440 pounds right there. And now we're going to make this into a moped, which is by far the most exciting part. I am so incredibly sorry. All of the recording footage of the entire time lapse, which was incredibly long because this took really long to figure out, I've got genuinely no idea where it is. So, you know, it's somewhere, maybe. If I ever find it, I'll probably post it in the Discord for you guys to see if you want. I don't know. link to the Discord is in the description anyways. You can download this thing there through the Discord as well, together with all the other cars, or in this case mopeds, I've ever built. Let's address this. Okay, I am really happy with this. So basically, dual exhaust here as well. So they don't have a dual exhaust, but it looked weird with one exhaust, so I put on two. But yeah, obviously you can see each individual fixture a little bit. So it's not the most detailed build. It mainly just took a really long time to figure out how to actually get this to, look like this and stuff. If you want me to make a dedicated video on teaching you guys how to do this, I will so make that. And also, if this video does even somewhat reasonably, then I am definitely also going to make, a full-on motorcycle, 0 to 60 in I don't know how little. Yeah, I'll definitely try and make that at least. So that would be cool, and then I can also put more attention into the detail and design, because I'll already know how to do stuff like figure out the wheels and ride height, basically. Yeah, you can take a look at the lights as well here. So we just got basic headlights, one of which is... Why are these different? That's weird. Maybe I just need to change this to this. Does that change it? That broke it. Okay. I'm confused. I'll fix that later. Anyways, basically, that is a tail light now. Okay. So we have the brake lights here, of course. Yeah, we got blinkers, indicators, whatever the works. We got the reverse light in the middle there as well. We got blinkers on the side of these handlebars, mirrors, of course, as well. Everything you need. Got smaller blinkers there too. Got these beautiful bits of suspension here. Same thing in the rear. Dual exhaust. Got, I think this is from, what is that actually? What country is that from? Japanese license plates. Okay. I thought, in many parts of Asia, not necessarily Japan, I think, but you see a bunch of mopeds everywhere, so I thought, why not? The mount, the wheel, the engine, yeah, the seat, you got your speed here as well. You got a small bit of glass to protect your eyes, and that's basically the design of this thing. I'm really curious as to how the import of this into BeamNG goes. So I know what you're thinking. This looks like what your grandma drives. And if that is actually what you're thinking, then you'd be correct. Now, my predictions were also kind of correct, as in this thing, it really doesn't import into BeamNG. So this is the version that works. I've got another couple versions to show you guys as well. Also to illustrate the process of actually importing this. Let's first look at how this drives. It's really goofy. So it'll pull a wheelie at 5,000 RPM, and apparently also there. And now the center of gravity is so... No, the center of gravity is actually fine. It's just the fact that there's a lot of weight on either side of the vehicle, which, would usually not be the case on a moped, right? As you can see, it also has the same hitbox and stuff as the car body we designed it from. The car body's basically just still here, it's just invisible. So yeah, good news is though, all the lights work perfectly. So yeah, we can place this here again, and we can Okay, we've already lost it. Yeah, so basically we can lose the front axle really easily. If we just brake too hard for a second, then as you can see we have now lost the front axle. Anyways, let's see what happens when we rev this little boy up to 12,000 RPM. That's when you'll also maybe actually start hearing it, because I don't think you could before. As you can hear, now it's getting pretty loud. And watch this launch! That was definitely an epic launch. Some wheel spin as well. Very cool. And we appear to have actually landed it here. That's pretty nice. Let's take a look. Oh, we actually have landed it. Okay, let's take a look at a few of the other versions I have, kind of, I guess. I've got 4 of them. Let's first take a look at the one I tried to import first, which is not here. Now it is here, and it's already broken, sadly. Anyways, this is basically just the one with the wheels in the middle. I'll show you what happens if I can find it again. Oh, I didn't actually have to do that. I'm kind of stupid, but oh well. So yeah, you can see what happens. We can keep resetting this, and the wheels just fall off, basically. As you can see, you know, you can try driving it, but that's not really gonna work. Yeah, you won't come very far in this thing. So yeah, that's basically why we can't have the wheels inside of each other. Then I tried making the wheels really thin, moving them apart slightly. That also didn't work. Here's another version I have. It has the same rear wheels as the one that does work. However, for some reason the front wheels still break. They're still too close to each other. You can see that the front wheels just break and it tilts over. You know, every time we reset it, you'll see that the front wheels, they just loosen up and break. That's why we actually have to have quite a bit of spacing between the front wheels, and why we couldn't, for example, just make them really skinny and put them next to each other. So, you know, that's too bad. As I said earlier, you can download this through the Discord, and, you know, feel free to mess around with this a lot, because why not, right? Maybe try and fix it, make it better. Anyways, here I've got a version that's actually slightly more drivable. It has the same hiccups kind of as the other one, as in it is very top heavy and stuff like that, so you can't really corner it. But it doesn't die the second you drive it, and the front axle's also a lot more stable. We can steer this a little bit like so. There we go, and this one will actually be able to get up to a tiny bit of speed without actually completely dying. Yeah, there you can take a better look at the engine. So the engine's actually a lot more powerful than you think. It's just got basically a lot of lag to it, sort of, I guess. So yeah, it's pretty cool, right? Anyways, you can download all these versions. By the way, anyways, I usually race the cars on the automation test track, but I don't think that's gonna work for this one. It's just gonna take a bit long and be boring. So instead of the automation test track, we're gonna go on to the handling course. So why the handling course? Well, you know, because this thing handles amazingly, and also because it's a bit shorter than the automation test track, so it'll be a bit less tedious, especially because we'll probably have to do it a bunch of times. Also, forgive me, I'm gonna use this slightly better version. So yeah, let's go here. I wonder what time we'll be able to get, if we manage to get a time at all. This is gonna be fun. So basically, we just want to keep this actually like at 30 kilometers an hour, and then we're fine. If we go anything over that, we start wheeling and going crazy. So yeah, actually 40 is fine. And then at one point, the engine just kind of decides to completely kick in and actually start doing something. So yeah, the steering is amazing as well. I'm actually surprised we were able to save that there. Let's go. Oh, okay. Wow. Brake for the turn. This is really weird. This is gonna be my worst time. I mean, I only have one other time because all my times got erased for some reason. But yeah. Okay, stop. Whoa. Come on, we're fine though, right? We're fine. Oh wow, we were actually able to save that. Or not. So you know what, I actually feel like I'm kind of getting the hang of this thing. Um, so yeah, when I make a full-on motorcycle, which is definitely something I do fully intend on doing, I'm gonna try and work on making that a bit better handling as well than this. I'm honestly not sure why this thing is so weird. I'm not sure if it's just something to do with the engine, something to do with the engine and the weight distribution, something to do with the wheels. I don't even know. It's really weird. Oh, okay. So, yeah. Anyways, basically how this engine works, or actually doesn't work, is it lets you rev up to like 6,000 RPM, and then it'll do a wheelie, like 6 or 5,000 RPM, then it'll do a wheelie, and then it'll slow down drastically while still raising RPM, and then you'll reach 8,000 RPM, and then the engine will go ham, like this, look, watch, and then it's just gonna go crazy, and make you go so fast. And then it's really hard to slow down. Driving this thing feels like driving a horse gone wild or something. Like, it's crazy. It'll not go, and then all of a sudden it just shoots up into a wheelie and the wheels start spinning like crazy. It's really weird. Going through the grass a bit there. Anyways, I'm just gonna floor it on this final bit and hope I don't ruin it for myself by doing that. Oh dear. Okay, yeah, okay, we made it. That's a time of 3 minutes and 59 seconds. Wow, that's not very good. If you can get a worse time than this, please let me know. And if you can get a better time, then of course do that too, I guess. Anyways, basically, yeah, that's gonna be that, I guess. If you want me to make a video, as I said, on exactly how I made this and how you can make one too, then please let me know. I'm gonna make a motorcycle as well, probably, almost definitely, so subscribe and hit the bell to get notified when that comes out. But for right now, thank you ever so much for watching, and I hope to see you again in the next one. Bye bye.